Welcome to the Master Your Life podcast. I'm your host, Julie Kelly. I believe in living your most inspired and fulfilled life by knowing exactly who you are, knowing what's important to you, and making no apologies for it. This show is a weekly dose of inspired motivation, personal development, and success strategies designed to create the career, relationships, and lifestyle of your dreams. Imagine waking up every day to your dream life. Well, imagine no more, as each podcast episode is designed to help you live your most authentic life with ease and proven principles that actually get results. I'm the founder of the Master Your Life online course, international motivational speaker, and I'll be sharing real, relevant, tactical advice in this unfiltered transformational podcast. Things are about to get fabulous. Are you ready? Let's go. Hello and welcome to the Master Your Life podcast. It's Julie here, and thank you for tuning in today. If you're new to the podcast, please subscribe wherever you're tuning in from. And if you have been part of my world for a while now, please head over and rate and review the podcast wherever you're tuning in from today. So the Master Your Life podcast is all about giving you real, relevant, tactical advice that you can actually implement into your life to see permanent positive results. This, as you know, is a no BS, no fluff type podcast that's really aimed at helping you level up your career, your relationships, and your lifestyle so that you can truly master your life, and every single day that you live on this planet is exactly as you want it to be. You craft your days. When you craft your days, then you end up crafting your weeks, and then your weeks look after themselves and they become months, and months turn into years. And before you know it, your life turns out to be exactly what you want it to be. It's an intentional choice rather than a life lived by default. So everything we talk about can change your life if you actually implement the advice that's shared with you. Now, if you've been part of my world for a while, you know that my mantra in life is very simple. Knowledge without implementation equals nothing. So you could attend 100 different conferences and read 100 different books and speak to various therapists and listen to podcasts like this. But if you don't implement any of the advice and strategies and principles that are shared with you in any type of medium, then you're only entertaining yourself, which is perfectly fine. But if you really want to see results, and if you're listening to this podcast, then I encourage you with everything I've got to implement 1, 2, 5, however many strategies that are relevant to your life so that you can actually see change and permanent positive changes in your life. That's the only way we start to level up our lives, is by taking intentional, beautiful, imperfect action. And I hope you caught that word, imperfect, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. I just want you to try. I want you to give it a go. I want you to try something new, implement something that resonates with you, and see what the results are, okay? So today's topic is all about the question, am I enough? Now, these are 3 little words that can absolutely change your life in one way or another. Now, here's the thing that I want you to know. Supermodels, actors, athletes, influencers, teens, businessmen, single mums have all felt that they are not enough at some point in their lives. So if you're in a situation where you don't feel like you're enough, then guess what? You're not alone, okay? This is a natural thing that so many of us feel and question ourselves about throughout different parts of our lives and different stages of our lives. And unfortunately, social media has created this superficial fake world of unicorns and rainbows, and we are bombarded every single day with imagery of like perfect faces and perfect homes, perfect dogs, perfect food, and perfect lives. Are we not, right? But the truth is that perfect is measured only by your own perception, your own ideals, and your own philosophies. So an experience that is deemed perfect by you may seem mediocre by somebody else's standards, right? So this whole idea of comparing yourself to others, especially on social media and especially to people that you don't even know personally, well, that is a vicious cycle that I want you to stop. Because the truth of the matter is that that perfect image that you see, that end result, that goal that's been achieved, and as shiny and as beautiful and as perfect as it seems, if you're comparing yourself to that and feeling that you're not enough, here's the thing. You need to remember that you don't know the backstory of that perfect result. You don't know what it took for that perfect result to come to fruition. You don't know how many late nights and how many, maybe 16-hour days somebody worked to get that end result that you're now comparing yourself to. So it's a very dangerous situation to put yourself into, because you can quickly go down that dark rabbit hole, right? Comparing yourself to others. But the truth of the matter is that you don't know what it took to get there. And you don't even know if what you're looking at is even real, right? Let's face that fact too. Social media has allowed us all to create these fake perfect worlds that don't even exist half the time. So I want you to, catch yourself if you are playing that comparison game and really get yourself out of it, because again, you don't know what's real and what's not real. And if it is real, you don't know what went into that. So comparing yourself to that is fruitless. Now, if you feel that you're not enough in any aspect of your life, there's not enough shopping, there's not enough sex, there's not enough praise, there's not enough money, there's not enough compliments, there's not enough food, there's not enough chocolate, there's not enough ice cream, there's not enough alcohol to make you feel any better. Now, you know that. That part is up to you, and only you. You are the only person in your entire life that can make you truly feel like you're enough, that can only really, truly validate you the way that you need to be validated. But here's the thing. When you know you're enough, you don't need an excess of anything. And in fact, you stop longing for the acceptance, the approval, the validation of others. And this is an extremely, extremely liberating space to live in, and one that I invite you to find for yourself. To me, that is the ultimate mark of success of living an elevated life, is by being able to truly and fully validate and approve of yourself, no matter the situation, no matter what you're doing or not doing, right? And not looking constantly to other people, whether it's friends, partners, parents, children, to validate you and to make you feel like you're doing the right thing or that you are enough, okay? Now, I've personally felt an innate sense of confidence, and I've always felt, well, always in brackets, I've always felt enough ever since I was a child. Now, I don't know why this is, and it's definitely not because I had an exceptionally good childhood or over complimentary parents or was affirmed in any way. In fact, really none of that happened. I've just never cared what others think of me, and I give zero shiznits about feeling a sense of unworthiness or lack because of this one simple reason. I give 100% of myself into everything I do. That's it. That's my reason. So I always feel like I'm enough because I choose to give everything I do 100% effort, no matter what it is, whether it's a personal thing, a work-related thing, this podcast, doesn't matter what it is. And I very consciously and intentionally choose what I do and what I don't do in my life. And that way, it's possible for me to give 100% of myself into everything I do. It's simple. Do something, give it your all, and that's it. And if you're not committed to giving it your all, then don't do it. Now, of course, there are caveats to that, right? Of course, there are parts of our jobs that we can't choose, pick and choose, what we want to do or what we don't want to do. But that doesn't matter. If you're in a job and you've been asked to do a specific task or to complete a specific task, Give it your all. And if you're not willing to give it your all and give it 100% effort and put your mark and stamp of approval on it, then you're in the wrong job. It's as simple as that. You're in the wrong job. If you don't enjoy what you're doing, if you don't care about the effort that you're putting in, you're in the wrong job. And that's definitely not about mastering your life, right? If you want to master your life, you need to make sure that you're fully aligned with everything that's important to you, whether it's professional or personal. So this one choice of giving 100% of yourself into everything you do, and I do this myself, like I said, this one choice will free you of any negative thoughts or feelings because you know you've given it your all. You've tried, you've been courageous, and the end result is really insignificant because all that matters is that in that moment, in that experience, in that project, in that task, you gave it 100%, and that's all you can do. And that should satisfy you. Now, if you're a parent or a teacher or a partner, and maybe you have children or students or even a partner, and they come up to you and they told you that they really gave it their all, they tried as hard as they could, they gave it 100% effort, but the results still fell short of what they were expecting, you know that you're going to turn around and tell them, well, all that matters is that you gave it your all. You tried, you gave it 100%, and that's all anyone can do in life, right? So you need to measure yourself by the same stick. And it's 100% okay to be perfectly imperfect. That's what life is about. Being perfectly imperfect, but just giving everything you try, everything that you need to do, 100% effort. That's it. So the next time you're faced with a situation where the voice inside your head says that you're not enough or that you're not worthy, you're not lovable, you should have tried harder, you could have done better, I want you to remind yourself that you are in fact enough and you are perfect exactly as you are. And everything that you need to succeed, it already lives inside of you. You just haven't had the courage to really tap into it. You haven't had the courage to step outside of your comfort zone and attempt something in a different way to how you've always done it in the past. Think about that. How many things do you do differently in a given week? How do you respond? How many times do you respond differently to a challenge, an argument, your kids driving you nuts, a work problem, a work challenge? How many times in a single week do you actually respond differently to how you have in the past? The truth is most of us don't. Right? Most of society just lives in autopilot mode, does the same thing over and over and over and over again, and wonders why they're dissatisfied with their life. So if you've ever questioned any part of your life that isn't really fulfilling you, it's not where you want it to be, perhaps you've questioned why you haven't achieved more in a particular area of your life, then it's time to sort of have an honest reflection and an honest discussion with yourself and look back on those situations and those experiences and really ask yourself, did I put in 100% effort? Did I give it my best? Did I give it my all? Was I totally and utterly committed, and did I persevere to make sure that the end result was as best as it could be? If the answer is no, then great. Guess what? That means that from now on, you've got so much opportunity to level up, to start to master your life, to master the areas of your life that need mastering. So if you're not at 100%, that's a fabulous place to be, right? I hope you can see that. And the truth is that none of us ever probably really get to 100% in anything of our lives. We are all a work in progress. But personal development begins with self-awareness, begins with acknowledging the thoughts, the words, the reactions, the choices, the actions that you take every single day, and assessing those actions, assessing the results, assessing the outcomes, and then challenging yourself to be a better version of yourself tomorrow. Right? Can you see that? I hope you can see what I'm saying and understand this concept, because this is everything. This is everything when it comes to mastering your life and living your very best life. It's understanding who you are, understanding your strengths, understanding your weaknesses, understanding the parts of your life that need to be worked on, and then intentionally choosing to work on them. It's really that simple. And so I really encourage you to think about this one question: am I enough? And from here on out, if this has been a question that's plagued you, that's made you feel less than, that's made you feel like you're not enough, that you're unworthy, that you're unsuccessful, that you're not confident, that you're not beautiful, then I want you to stop and take stock of that. And like I said, think about putting 100% effort into everything you do moving forward. And remembering that the outcome, the result, is insignificant if you've put in 100% effort, because that's all anyone can ever ask of you. So ultimately, the way to win the am I enough game is to commit to only the things that feed your mind, your body, and your soul, and give them 100% effort every single time, and walk away victorious no matter the outcome. Right? Simple concept, but it requires intentional action. Because here's the thing. Life is about trying. Life is about being bold and being courageous and stepping outside of your comfort zone and trying new things. Life is about new experiences. Life is about learning exactly who you are, what makes you tick, and making no apologies for it. And ultimately, life is about being perfectly imperfect and loving yourself unconditionally. That's all we can do. And so I want you to know that you are enough. And if you feel like you're still not there, from here on out, from today onwards, I want you to commit to yourself. I want you to make that promise to yourself and that pledge to yourself to give everything you do 100% effort, 100% commitment, 100% persistence, dedication, determination, perseverance. Push through the challenging times. Push through those things that you feel like you cannot overcome. And know that if you put in 100%, the result is insignificant. You walk away victorious because you know that you have mastered that project, you've mastered that task, you've mastered that confrontation, you've mastered that relationship by giving it your all. And that's all that anyone can ever ask of you. So remember, my loves, that you are enough, you are worthy, you are lovable, you are perfectly imperfect, and that's how it should be. So I hope you have found value in this podcast episode. I know it means a lot to me to really share this content with you, because this is the stuff that changes lives. Like I said, those 3 words, am I enough, can literally change your life one way or the other. And so share this podcast episode with somebody that you know who needs to hear it, who's probably struggling with this whole idea as well of not being enough, of unworthiness, of not feeling confident, especially in these challenging times. And once again, I invite you to subscribe, rate and review the podcast wherever you're tuning in from today. Share it with friends and family, and I shall see you all real soon. Stay safe and take care of one another. Bye-bye.